So look at this here. Mahatma Gandhi, and we are studying which year of Mahatma Gandhi? We are studying the year 1906. It was in this year that Mahatma Gandhi sort of had a spiritual awakening. When he decided, from now onwards, I will only walk the path of truth and non-violence. My weapon is truth, and my path is truth, non-violence. I will never attack anybody or anything. I will be completely non-violent and non-aggressive. And I have only one weapon, that is the truth. You have guns, I have truth. And with this, I shall fight the British Empire. And you know how big the British Empire was at that point of time? The sun never set, they said. The sun could not set, so big the empire was. And this man, thin, skinny man, took this promise. Let's see that year and what exactly happened. Again, we find the moon over there as the Lord of the Day. And it's in the 10th house. Is the 10th house the house of oaths and promises and what we resolve? It is. It is the house of decisions. 10th is the house of decisions. We make decisions in the name of God. Because 10th house, as we discussed, was the sky, was the heaven. Mid-heaven. That's why it's called mid-heaven. And the moon is there in the house of promises. And who else is there in the house of promises? Mars. And you can see Mars is the lord of the first house over there. So this planet, the special planet having the energy of all the energy, that is Dvara, and the Mars are all in the 10th house. Here is a man who is making an extremely powerful resolve. And that resolve is related to Mars. Mars is violence, right? So he says, I will not fight. So it is something related to Mars as positive Mars, not a negative Mars. This is a positive. Scorpio is rising. He says, I will not fight. And he says, I will walk the path of truth. And he started marching. And from that year, he started what is called Satyagraha. Because of this path, India got independence. Pakistan got independence. Bangladesh got independence. Sri Lanka got independence. The whole of Africa got independence. Israel was formed. I mean, the whole Middle East, all those countries, all Dubai got independence. Because of one man and his path. It was like a roller coaster. It started with India's march and everybody else followed. It's funny, one sec. Look at these planets, Mars and the moon, right? Do you see the combination of Mars and moon? Mars and moon form a special combination which you learn in Jyotish. It is called Shashi Mangala Yoga. Shashi means moon, Mangala means Mars. Shashi Mangala Yoga. Wherever this combination is formed, the person gets blessed by the Divine Mother. And the symbol of the Divine Mother, having this particular symbol, is like this. Where is the pen? It looks something like this. It looks like that, the Divine Mother blessing. Because the mother says, my son, you walk, I will protect you. And remember what we talked earlier? Our ultimate protection comes from the 4th house of the mother. So the mother decides to protect you. That's the Divine Mother symbol. You see this moon Mars. There is a president of America. Which sign is this in? 5. Leo, right? There was a very famous president of the United States. His name was President Roosevelt. Heard of him? There were 2 Roosevelts, right? Here we are talking of FDR. FDR was born in Leo Lagna. Interesting. And he had moon and Mars together in the 11th house. Very interesting. So that means this combination in which he made the resolve in that year automatically connected him in some form or manner to President Roosevelt. And President Roosevelt, you know why India got independence and all these countries got freedom and independence? President Roosevelt was the main man. We would never have got it without him. He forced the British, you want American help to fight your stupid battle? We will come, provided you promise you'll give freedom to the rest of the world. Because we believe in freedom and democracy. We believe it from the bottom of our heart. I like that man. He stood by what he believed in. And then there was this famous Malta Declaration. And all the Indians cheered it. Wow, what a man. And because of that promise they made in Malta, the Brits had to give freedom. And so we won our freedom without firing a bullet. So you can see, you can win without firing a single bullet. You take the path of the truth, be resolved on it, be completely non-violent, the enemy will be defeated.
But you still need a man like Gandhi, because look at the Middle East now and that whole thing in Egypt, but it's not getting as much traction.
You need a Gandhi. You need somebody who is destined to take the... See, I told you. Before this, we did the chart of one we call Dr. Michael Mamas, and we don't call him anymore. Destiny causes that thing to happen in that year. See, Gandhi took the resolve in 1906. He couldn't have taken it earlier because these planets had not aligned for him to take that resolve. When the planets align, they cause you to think in a certain way and things manifest. It's all interconnected. So if the Middle East has to resolve, we need a man. That's why I look at charts. I'm constantly seeing charts. I'm constantly scanning, looking for that one man who will take that one resolve, who can cure that mess.
Obsessed with goodness, obsessed with good things.
Look at it like this. Rahu is very weak in the 9th house. It's in Marana Karaka. It's dying. Whenever Rahu, there are certain places called dying places of planets. When Saturn comes to the 1st house, he's dying. Moon in the 8th house is dying. Do you know all these houses?
No.
Oh, make a note. Sun in the 12th. Write down the planets from Sun to Ketu. Write down all the planets from Sun to Ketu. Sun, Moon, Mars, like that, in that order, in the weekday order. So Sun in the 12th house is dying. After Sun in the 12th, what do you get? Moon in 8. Sun in 12, Moon in 8, Mars in 7th house. Is like asking a celibate person to get married, Mars is celibacy. What happens when he goes to the house of marriage? He says, oh my God, how did I land up here? Venus, 6th house. Venus is the goddess of marriage. She goes to the 6th house of celibacy. It's horrible. Imagine a married woman who has to be celibate. Can there be anything worse for her? That's Venus in the 6th. When that happens, it's time Venus walked out. Otherwise, it's Marana Karaka. You are dying every day. Okay? Jupiter in the 3rd house. A guru who has to be told that you are not meditating. Imagine a day comes when a guru has to be told that, hey, you are not meditating. It's a day of shame for the guru. He feels like dying. Mercury. Mercury dies in 2 houses, 4th house and 7th house. The child can die in 2 places. When he has to go to school, he dies, and when he has to get married, that means he's no longer a kid. When does a kid realize that I'm no longer a kid? When the day he gets married. You cannot say you're a kid anymore after that. You're growing up or you're a youngster or whatever. It doesn't work after that. Ketu is in the 4th house. You are telling a hermit to build a house and live inside it. Yeah, 4th house is the house of home. Hermits don't have homes. They just live in fresh air.
What do you say about Rahu in the 9th? Why is it?
Because it's dharma bhava. You're telling the devil that, look, you need to start chanting the name of God.
So in some cases, would that be a good thing? Dying planet, dying Rahu?
That's exactly, Rahu is going to die.
Yeah, which is good.
That means even the devil will have to chant the name of God. And what did Gandhi do? He told the whole of India, let's all of us hold hands and start doing Ram, Ram, Ram. Basically, he just did one initiation. Just one initiation. Ram. For the whole country, he did that initiation.
He actually used the mantra?
Just the name, one Ram. That's all he did. That was one initiation. Every evening, all his people would come together. People from villages would come, hundreds, and sing with him. Jai Jai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. They would all sing like that. Then they go back and meditate on Ram and go home. And because of that, we got independence. It's crazy how they achieved it.
What did you say about Saturn?
Yeah,
Saturn in the first house.
Oh yeah. Saturn.
When darkness has to come in front of light. That's the end of darkness. So any planet left out?
The sun, I guess. Well, not there. But
Sun is in the 12th house.
yeah, no, I'm looking at it.
When you are telling the king that he must renounce, 12th is the house of renunciation. Have you ever heard of a politician wanting to give away his position? It's very tough, the sun in the 12th.